What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was gonna stop. I thought Lil Bird was gonna turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation. I tried to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Well, hello, people. Hello. How the hell are you? We're a little bit early today. We're not at our normal 5 o'clock time, but we're here a little bit early because I'm going to go hang out with family later tonight, and I'll be with family most of the day tomorrow. And I do have to go see Wicked sometime this weekend. So we're going to be here today, and then maybe we might be able to do a silly Saturday on Saturday. I think we may be able to squeeze one of them in. I'm going to see. We're going to see if we can squeeze one in this coming Saturday. We can squeeze in a run your mouth. I mean, a silly Saturday. Hold on. What the hell? Okay, I don't know. They sending me stuff. I'll see them later. Anyway, they just sending me stuff. Hold on, y'all. Oh God. Oh God. All right. Not even gonna worry about those emails. Anyway, let me say hey to y'all. See what y'all got going on. I think we'll do some orange today. I think orange will be our color today. Y'all don't need to know who I am. Y'all know who I am. Let's do some orange. Some deep orange, burnt sienna. That's what Bob Ross might have called it, burnt sienna. Let me say hey to y'all. Hey, cross country cruiser. You are the first one in the building. Speaking of cross country cruisers and cruising around, you going out of town? Y'all put in the chat. Let me know if y'all staying in town for Thanksgiving or if you're traveling. Let me know what y'all got planned. Okay. Volvo, hey Cookie, what's going on? Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I need to get that together over there. Universal Goddess, what is up? How are you? What you got going on today, dear one, sweetheart, doll baby, love bug? What you got going on, sweetheart? Hi, hi, hi. Anyway, what is up? CK Amelie, how you doing, sweetheart? Hey, Mia MJ is in the building. What is up? Miss Bay Thing, how you doing over there in the Bay Area? You try to finish your work within the next out, child. Child. It should be today should be a part of the Thanksgiving weekend. Like making people work. We should have this whole week off. Can I just say that? Everybody just should have the whole goddamn week off. Playing with us. Hey, Quintessential, what's going on, my love? Um, I I don't have no snacks today. I am about to go in there and get me a bottle of Canada Dry ginger ale because I need a ginger ale right now. I need a ginger ale right now. Hey, Ravine, Sandcastles, Sand Bitch. Wait, I don't even know what that means. Where that come? I don't even know what that means, Ravine. What's going on, Ravine? I don't even know what that means. Symmetry, my love. What is up? You've been catching up on the last 2 weeks of YouTube drama. Well, you probably more caught up than I am because I don't know what's going on. Child. Crazy homebody girl. What's up, my love? What's good, boo? You ready to clock out, child? Child. You got sweet potatoes in the oven? Okay. Montrez, what's good, bruh? Do you cook anything, Montrez, for Thanksgiving, or are you the household DJ? I feel like Montrez, you probably are the DJ for the day during Thanksgiving. Y'all know Montrez has a good palette for music. Montrez is one of our music experts, although he's our resident Gen Zer. He knows some good music normally. So I feel like Montrez probably plays DJ down to the Thanksgiving dinner. Um, you just finished the last 30 minutes of Mem's lives and got hella confused. Maybe I'll need to listen. I don't even know what Mem's talked about. You gotta tell me what he talked about. Hey Sharice, what's going on, love? Iota mix. Oh, you talk about they do that brown and yellow garbage. Child, we don't do. I don't know those people. Don't nobody know no iotas. That's not a real thing. Iota Phi Theta is not a real thing. You stay at home. You stay at home too, Quintessential. All y'all stay at home. Sharice, you going out of town? Anybody going out of town? You doing your angel and senior tree shopping? Okay. You have no intention on bit child. People gonna be out there like rabid dogs on Friday. Well, not so much. It's changed over the years. People like to do more online shopping. Like, I'm not going out there in that mess. I'll shop, deliver it to my home. Less gas. You staying in town too, crazy homebody girl? Hey, Gabby, what's going on, boo? You got to work on Black Friday, child. You can't make them do that to you, Eddie. Child. You in town? I'm in town with family. In town meaning Queens, New York. Okay. You stay at home. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's why I like to sometimes come on. If I can come on during Thanksgiving, sometimes I'll come on, and if I got like an hour or two, I might do a little light, just to give some people who a chance to get away from it all. Because sometimes holidays just aren't the same, especially ones like Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving, if you've lost a grandparent, you will absolutely miss them on Thanksgiving, or your mom You'll absolutely miss them on Thanksgiving. So we try to give you a space, an opportunity to come and have somewhere to. Why is there something on my glasses? All right. So you can have a space and opportunity just to get away from, all of that stuff. I have more weeks of post op from last Thursday's back surgery. I'm feeling great. So black. We listen, we've been praying for you cross country cruising. So we glad to hear that you are on the road to a speedy recovery, and we're continuing to keep you in our prayer corner. We love you, girl. Can't have you around here, down for too long. You gonna be in town at your sister's house? Okay. Um, you going to your aunt house tomorrow? Okay, you got 5 more weeks. Okay, well we got you. We gonna hold you down now. We got you. Rent. Right, I went to the office today, and I was like, "What, child? I don't know why. I literally, you worked a full 8 hours, child. Child, Symmetry. You better than the rest of us, honey. Cause baby, listening about your friend Miss. Oh, I didn't even allow myself to get involved or to even try to be caught up with the mess. I couldn't even do it. Um oh child. You know where that comes from? I was reviewing a reunion for real life philanthropy. So the host said, let me introduce y'all to Gerald, the king of the castle. And Malik said, Sandcastle. That's why I was like, Malik said Sandcastle. I was like, bitch. It was so funny. It was so funny at the time, buddy. 5 more weeks of healing from okay. Child. Nobody knows. Nobody. I hold if I say that's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. I'm just saying. Just saying. Although I did get my back blown out by one iota in my life. Y'all don't tell nobody, but one time, maybe about this was about 15 years ago. It was one dude. Oh, he was so black and chocolate and sexy and muscular. He was on a football team down to the University of Florida, and he was a senior on the football team. No, he had just graduated and thought he was gonna get drafted and didn't get drafted. Child, when I tell you, he came over my house. That might have been a little longer than 15 years ago, because I was in my late 20s then. No, yeah, I think it was like 28 or 29. Anyway, child, that was the only iota that I ever met. Let me move on. Crazy homebody girl says she's off. She took Friday off, so she wouldn't have to deal with no damn body. Hey Opal Boo, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving, child. Child, we always praying for you, honey. DPG, what's going on? All of the pupils are in the building. Child, you can't let these people do it to you, Symmetry. Hey, Demetria, what's going on? Child, y'all give me 1 second. Let me go get me a Gatorade. Not a Gatorade. I think I might get a Gatorade and Canada Dry. Hold your line. All right, we are back. So on today's episode of Run Your Mouth, we're gonna start off with our sugar spikes in our politics like we always do. So we'll start off with our sugar spike segment and we'll do our politics. However, instead of doing our traditional rundown of the pop culture stories of the day, I thought with it being Thanksgiving that we would have that I would give you some things to talk about instead of politics because y'all know politics right now is very explosive. I don't want to know who you voted for because I might bust you in the mouth. So I'm going to provide you with things that you can talk about outside of politics, so you don't have to bust a bitch in the mouth. Mm-hmm. Cha. Most iotas I know are chocolate. I only know the one I had was blue black honey. Cha. Demetria says she here to tell her story, honey. Tell it, honey. Tell it. Girl, hey, Tracy W. Hey, Complex 613. What's going on, group? Listen, it sounds like most of y'all staying home. Ain't nobody traveling and going out of town. So we're going to have a good time. Now, when we get to the things to talk about instead of politics at the Thanksgiving table, I'll drop the link in case y'all want to come up and discuss with me. We can talk about this stuff together. I'm just saying. Yeah. Now, you know who where's Montrez? Montrez. Come to the whiteboard, Montrez. Montrez. Come to the whiteboard. Where's Montrez? Hey, Ariel. What's going on, boo? You just picked up your brisket and ribs? Okay. Somebody go find Montrez. Uh-huh. 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 Somebody go find him. Now, he was just up in here. Now, all of a sudden, he's silent. Silent. Oh, what I want. Here's what I want. I'm glad you asked. When I drop this link later in the broadcast, you better click this link, Montrez, and stop playing with people. Don't click this link. You don't click this link. Mm-hmm. You owe me. You been told me that you was gonna click this good link. Oh, this kind of dry is real good. Hold on. Hey, Auntie Kim. Auntie Kim, we about to have a good time today. Let's get through our sugar spike stories, and then we can have some real fun. Because we got to get through the important stuff first. We're gonna do the right thing first. We're gonna do the right thing. Like we always do. We're gonna do the right thing. Child, is Larry, is you ready, Larry? Because we ready. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of the audience, I present you to you the great Larry Myers to help us usher in our sugar spike segment.
Oh God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. So we start today with some news. Let me put this over here. So we start today with news that I mean, I don't know what y'all want from me. I even before I even tell you the story, I don't know what y'all want from me. All I do is read the story. That's all I do. I bring you the news that you can use or you need to be aware of. Now, put a 27 in the chat if you or someone you know works for the United States government. Please, please put a 27 in the chat if you or someone you know works for the United States government. I just want to know, see who I'm working with. I'm just saying. Oh, there it is, right out already, off rip. Oh, Hey Shay, what's going on? Shay, I think you either renewed your membership or something like that. I saw a little message. Let me know. I think you're already in the members only chat. Let me know, Shay. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper, what's going on, boo? So, well, y'all might need to pay attention to this story. So, here's the headline. Here's the headline of the story. Elon Musk publicized the names of government employees he wants to cut. Uh-huh. They put out a list. Let me go ahead and read this to you. When President-elect Donald Trump said Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy would recommend major cuts to the federal government in his administration, many public employees knew that their jobs could be on the line. Now they have a new fear, becoming the personal targets of the world's richest man and his legions of followers. Last week, in the midst of the flurry of his daily missives, Musk reposted two X posts that revealed the names and titles of people holding four relatively obscure climate related government positions. Each post had been viewed tens of millions of times, and the individuals named have been subjected to a barrage of negative attention. At least one of the four women named has deleted her social media accounts. Although the information he posted on those government positions is available through public online databases, these posts target otherwise unknown government employees in roles that do not deal directly with the public. Several current federal employees told CNN they're afraid their lives will be forever changed, including physically threatened, as Elon Musk makes behind the scenes bureaucrats into personal targets. Others told CNN that the threat of being in Musk's crosshairs might even drive them from their jobs entirely, achieving Musk's smaller government goals without so much as a proper review. Quote, these tactics are aimed at sowing terror and fear at federal employees. It's intended to make them fearful that they will become afraid to speak up, end of quote. And that's from Everett Kelly, president of the American Federation of Government Employees, which represents more than 800,000 of the 2.3 million civilian federal employees. Mm. So what they're saying is he's just going to start putting people's names and job titles out there and let you know, yeah, these are people on the chopping block, so that all of his acolytes and sycophants can start to terrorize these people. This is the newest form of domestic terrorism. This is the newest form of domestic terrorism. So what you're telling me is you're going to start to post these people name and job titles on your Instagram, which has literally tens of millions of followers, and say, yeah, these are the positions that we want to get rid of. And you say this as if these people have done something wrong, as if these people are derelict of duties, as if these aren't just people that go to work every day and do the job and task that is set before them. All these people did was go to work and do what they were paid to do. And because y'all want to turn the United States government into, this, authoritarian dictatorship, y'all have to now uh, terrorize government employees that ain't doing nothing but doing their jobs. This is the America that we voted for, that we voted for, apparently, because here we are. This is what we wanted, apparently. Hey, Spicy Original. A mess. Just a damn mess. Now, they said that they plan to start to do this to a whole lot of people. So is this what people have to look forward to? Some people say they're not going to even wait. Some people said they just going to go ahead and back out now. You see, our boy resigned. If you, I meant to cover this. This also happened over the weekend, and I didn't get the chance to cover it. We were supposed to talk about it last night. Damian Williams, who's over the cute black DA, I'm sorry, U.S. Attorney, DOJ U.S. Attorney for Southern District of Manhattan, cute Damian Williams, him worked for the Justice Department, first black man to hold that position. Well, he's resigning because he don't want to deal with the fuck shit that's coming. Donald Trump already said he was going to reappoint somebody else to that position. A mess. A mess. But this is what we voted for, right? We're here. Yeah, that's the one that's over there with the dedicated. When they had the press conference, he was the one that led the press conference. Real cute, brown skin with the bald head and the glasses. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Auntie Kim says she's not here for the fuck shit. Auntie Kim says, try it with your mammy, not with me. I retire. I got 34 years in this shit. I ain't got to deal with this. I know that's right. But this is the sick, sad world that we're in. The sick, sad world that we're living in. Um, it, I don't know what to tell you. Now, the dangerous part about this is the people on the other side. These people are unstable and unhinged, and if you start to put these people out there, people are going to start to dox them, put their information all over social media, and these people are unhinged. You could be talking about causing harm being caused to these people, their family, and or their well-being, because y'all out here with this fuck shit. This is what we're dealing with. We know the people on the other side are very unhinged. They're unhinged. They are not right of mind. So you putting these people information out there. Now some of these people turn into immediate CIA investigators, FBI investigators, and they start doxing people. And now you got people showing up at people's homes. You got people terrorizing their family members and stuff like that. Where does it end? Child. I don't know. I don't know what to say at this point. It's a sick, sad world. Anyway, I got to move on. IKEA is in the news. Well, IKEA said, listen, we're not going to mix words with y'all. We're not going to sugarcoat it for y'all. This shit about to be bad. Let me read this to you. The chief executive of the company behind IKEA furniture stores says tariffs make it more difficult to keep its prices low. joining a growing chorus of business leaders in warning of a potential hit to people's wallets from Donald Trump's planned import levies. Quote, in general, we don't believe tariffs will support international companies and international trade. And at the end of the day, that risks ending up on the bills of customers, end of quote. And that's according to Jesper Broughton, um, CEO of the Inca Group, which owns IKEA. He went on to say, quote, tariffs make it more difficult for us to maintain the low prices and be affordable for many people, which in the end is our goal. We have never experienced a period of benefit when we had high tariffs, but it's beyond our control. We will need to understand and adapt. End of quote. Listen, we talked about it on Red, Blue, and Black last night. Nothing in America that says American made is actually American made. There's no such animal. Things that are American made may have been put together in America, but the parts and the things that make up that thing came from somewhere else. Even quote unquote American made cars. These are cars that were only put together in America, but all of the parts come from somewhere else. I don't know I don't know what y'all want from me. What Whoopi? Let them know.
Baby, save it for Oprah. This is a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new day.
I really don't know what y'all want from me. I have nothing. It's above me now. You're going to pay higher prices, but you were worried about the economy. You were worried about the economy, right? That's what you were worried about, huh? I, baby, we don't care. I don't. I don't know what these people want from me. I got to move on. I told y'all I was going to talk about this today, and here we are. So that would be Robert F. Kennedy. Yep, that would be Robert F. Kennedy. hmm And Robert F. Kennedy, in all of his whiteness and all of his white privilege and white supremacy, has a couple words for you people. Robert F. Kennedy seems to want to be able to tell you people what it is and what it is not like to be black, and how you should go about dealing with the problems of being black. Hold on, let me get it in his own. Let me let you hear what he had to say. Hold on, chat. Hold on, let me get you his. I don't want to mix the man's words. Here's what he had to say.
I'm going to say this, a lot of the liberal energy to deal with racism, systemic racism in this country, has been directed at trying to make people so they're not racist anymore. Through education, through sanctions, through cancellation, whatever. And all of these things are important. But I would say that we're never going to eliminate racism. We are hardwired from the 20,000 generations that humanity spent wandering the African savannah in little tribal groups. We're hardwired to look for differences in other people and then to essentially practice racism.
I want to know who this black lady is in the back, shaking her head like, who is her? Who is she? Oh, but he was not done. Oh, he wasn't done. Oh, y'all thought he was done? Oh, it gets better. Wait, that's the preface. That's the that's just the beginning. How about we let him get ramped up? Somebody go get Twinkie to go get behind that good B3 Hammond or Hammond B3 organ, and because he was about to start preaching. Let him cook, like the kids say. Let me let him cook.
So I don't think you can change that part of human nature. What you can do is you can make kids resilient against it. And the way you do that is by giving them a great education so that they know that they have potential. And the other thing is to give them business models, role models, and opportunities within their own neighborhood. You know, black men who are running barbershops, who are running bars, who are running dance studios, who are running local businesses, restaurants, etc., and who are part of that community. And you know, when I was a kid, my uncle was the first Irish Catholic president of our country, and when he ran for president, there was a tremendous resurgence in anti-Catholic sentiment in this country, and a resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan. I remember crosses being burned when I was a kid against an anti-Catholic president. A lot of other, I was called a Mick, a mackerel snatcher, all these anti-Catholic slurs when I was a kid. But it never bothered me. If somebody called me that, I would think that guy's got a problem. But I didn't think I have a problem. And that because I had a great education, I had a family who loved me, I had role models in my country, I had confidence in my own future. Oh, you know, those kind of things had no impact on me. And that's the kind of resilience that we want to give the black American children, so that they have so much confidence in their own future that when they do encounter the inevitable racism, that it will bounce off them, that they'll be, you know, like the Avengers, they'll be immune to it. And then we don't have to stop racism altogether, because we're never going to be able to do that, but we can have children that are not affected by it, that don't internalize it, that don't see it as their problem. They see it as the person whose race is a problem.
So basically what you're saying is you want our kids just to ignore what's happening to them, right? Just let it happen. Let it just roll off of you. What are you complaining about? Where the fuck do you get off? Like Robert F. Kennedy, who comes from one of the wealthiest families in this country. Mind you, your raggedy ass granddaddy made his money off of bootlegging with the mafia and stuff like that. But y'all don't want to tell that part of the story. But according to you, let me just make sure I understand. According to you, sir, we're just supposed to act like it ain't happened. Oh, racism ain't never going nowhere. We don't need to work on the racists. That ain't the problem. Fixing the racists is not the problem. The problem is y'all. Y'all need to just not acknowledge it, act like it ain't there, right? Because the racists ain't going nowhere. We're not going to do a damn thing to stop racism, to fix the racism in this country, because it's always going to be there. It's always been there. It's always going to be there. It ain't never going nowhere. Get over it. So we just need to teach you bastards to act like it ain't there. Be like Avengers. Let it bounce off of you. This bitch talking about he saw burning crosses. Bitch, where the fuck you saw burning crosses from? You lived on the palatial Kennedy estates, sir. You have lived in the lap of luxury from the time your mama farted you out of her coochie. And you want to sit over here and tell us about being resilient? What do you know about resilience, sir? Sir, we are the most resilient individuals walking the planet. All black people here in this country are the most resilient people walking the planet. Don't tell us a goddamn thing about resilience, sir. Like, if you, this is who we voted for. This is who y'all wanted. Hey, so y'all need to go and sit at the feet of Robert F. Kennedy and let him teach y'all how to be good, proper black people. This is nothing more than what white slave masters used to do and say to slaves back in the 16, 17, and 1800s. It's nothing more than that. Because basically what you're saying is you need to go out there and be a good slave. Because racism ain't going nowhere. And you just need to act like it ain't happening. Don't let it bother you. The fuck? This is what they want. Why do you think there is and it's not just him. This is going to be how this next administration operates. Why do you think you see the dismantling of anything that acknowledges the diversity of this country, anything that acknowledges minorities and or marginalized groups? Because they mean that shit. Racism ain't going nowhere. Get over it. We're not going to acknowledge it. And you should probably learn to not acknowledge it either. The problem is you. The fact that you're acknowledging that there's a racist out there. You are the problem, not them. I just want you to know that. Hey, Errol. This is the. This is the. And to me, it was that black lady that was sitting in the middle behind him that was sitting over there just shaking her head like, mm-hmm. That's the kind of shit that's beyond my goddamn level of comprehension. Because white people gonna be white people. But it's where, first of all, it's no way I'm gonna sit in the room and listen to this fuck shit and just sit there like it's just okay. No, I'm not doing this. Not gonna do this. Not at all. We're not gonna do this. The way I would have cussed his ass out from A to Z. I can't just sit there and just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna take this. Just gonna take it. Let me. I'm spiking out, y'all. Let me move on. But y'all see what we got going on, right? And we're gonna more of these speeches will come. This is just the first of probably thousands of them that you're about to hear in the next 4 years. Basically telling y'all to get over it. Basically telling you that there isn't a problem. Or if there is a problem, you need to just get over it because it ain't going nowhere. Oh, you got a problem? Oh well, it ain't going nowhere. Hey, Tanya. Tanya over there in Houston, y'all. Child, she done left us over here in this goddamn cold. And she went over there to Houston while we over here freezing our ass off over here. Tanya! Freezing our ass off. In more sugar spiky news, the Supreme Court is taking up a case that could have monumental effects and sweeping effects on transgender youth. Let me read this to you. Conservative groups have for years sought to reduce the government's sway over parents' childbearing choices, particularly when it comes to decisions about school and healthcare. But the Supreme Court's upcoming potentially explosive transgender care case is dividing conservatives, with many of those same groups backing Tennessee's ban on puberty blockers and hormone treatments, which critics say injects the state into family medical decisions and overrides parental consent. As a result, some notable conservatives are supporting the Biden administration's challenge of that law. Quote, since when does a conservative say the state knows what is best for my child? If you decide a state can do this, then it puts all parental decisions at risk of being overruled by the government. End of quote. And that's according to Virginia Representative Barbara Comstock, who is a Republican. The Supreme Court will hear arguments next week, December 4th, in the most important transgender rights case the justices have ever tackled, reviewing a Tennessee law enacted last year that bans gender affirming care for minors and imposes civil penalties for doctors who violate the prohibitions. We've covered that over here on this platform. Gender affirming surgeries are not at issue because a lower court tossed out a challenge to those procedures. Though the High Court declined to consider the parental rights question when it took the case earlier, the debate is nevertheless playing out in briefings and may come up during the court's oral arguments. The Biden administration appeal has landed on the court's docket at a moment when transgender rights have become a roiling culture war issue for Republicans, with President-elect Donald Trump denouncing, quote, transgender craziness, end of quote, and South Carolina Representative Nancy Mace attempting to ban transgender women from using women's bathrooms at the U.S. Capitol and other federal buildings. Tennessee and many conservatives who support the state's position argues parental rights aren't a factor in the case. After all, they say states have a long history of regulating medicine for people of all ages. Quote, even adults lack a substantive due process right to demand access to a particular medication. End of quote, according to the Tennessee state of Tennessee. The lack of a right to a certain drug, the state claims, dooms the Biden administration's appeal. Well, this is what's going on. These are the hypocritical people that in one breath say, oh, you don't have a right to tell me what I can do with my body and what I can do with my child's body, or you don't have a right to tell a parent what they can and cannot do as they rear their own child, unless it goes against what I want, what I think you should do with your child. It's a mess out here. It's a mess out here. We'll monitor the situation. In our last sugar spiky story of the day, this one gave me a little bit of a before I before I read the story, I'm just going to go ahead and play Whoopi now.
Save it for Oprah. This is a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new day.
Here's the headline. Trump nominees targeted in series of threats. Multiple nominees and appointees tapped to serve in President-elect Donald Trump's incoming administration were targeted with threats this week, with at least 4 officials reporting bomb threats at their homes ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Caroline Leavitt, who will serve as White House press secretary after the inauguration, said several of Trump's cabinet picks were the subject of bomb threats and swatting, which refers to making false emergency calls targeting a person's residence. In response, law enforcement and other authorities acted quickly to ensure the safety of those who were targeted. President Trump and the entire transition team are grateful for their swift action, end of quote. And that's what Miss Leavitt said. The President, quote, President Trump and the transition are focused on doing the work of uniting our nation by ensuring a safe and prosperous future. With President Trump as our example, dangerous acts of intimidation and violence will not deter us, end of quote. That's also what Ms. Leavitt had to say. The FBI later confirmed it was aware of numerous bomb threats and swatting incidents targeting incoming administration nominees and appointees and is working with our law enforcement partners, with their law enforcement partners. They said, quote, "We take all potential threats seriously and as always encourage members of the public to immediately report anything they consider suspicious to law enforcement," end of quote. A spokesperson for Representative Elise Stefanik, Republican of New York, and Trump's pick to serve as ambassador to the United Nations, said in a statement that her home was targeted with a bomb threat. I mean, the Okaloosa Sheriff's Office in Florida said in a statement that it received a bomb threat related to former Representative Matt Gaetz, Republican of Florida, who withdrew from consideration for Attorney General at a home on Wednesday morning. Lee Zeldin, who was nominated to lead the Environmental Protection Agency known as the EPA, said in a statement Wednesday that his family's home was targeted with a pipe bomb threat containing a quote pro-Palestinian themed message, end of quote. Zeldin, who is Jewish, said he and his family were not home at the time. Brooke Rollins, Trump's pick to serve as Secretary of Agriculture, posted on social media that there was a threat against her home and family in Texas. They were able to return home after the area was cleared by Fort Worth police. So the new incoming members of Trump's cabinets are being threatened with bomb threats and their safety and well-being is being threatened. Oh.
Save it for Oprah. This is a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new day.
What do you want from me? You decided to work for this man who has incited violence all over this country. The man has incited violence all across the fruited plains. And now you expect that violence to, simmer down or something? The man had allegedly 2 assassination attempts against him. And you want him to hold on for a moment, y'all. That was really B. Anyway, I mean, I don't know what y'all want us to feel bad for y'all. Oh, you have bomb threats against you. Oh, these things happen. What about the threats to the lives of sitting members of Congress on the left that have come at the behest of you people? Remember, you Republicans have been out here threatening the squad, threatening anybody who's been pro-Palestinian. You've had these people doxxed. You've had their families doxxed. Remember, Ilhan Omar, her daughter was damn near accosted in college. You have people going to Rashida Tlaib's house. You have AOC daily receiving death threats. You have members of Congress who are insinuating threats against the safety of other members of Congress. People from y'all side threatening the safety of other members of Congress. And you want us to give a damn that y'all got this going on? We don't care. We do not care. I told you.
Save it for Oprah. This is a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new day.
This is what y'all wanted. We have nothing for you. We have nothing. I am Whitney Houston. I have nothing, nothing, nothing. Don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore. We don't care. Listen, crazy homebody girl, I don't even have concepts of thoughts and prayers for them. I have nothing. I wish nothing but the worst for you people. Nothing but the worst for you people. I mean, what do you want from me? Anyway, I have nothing for you. Go with God. Um, it is time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me drop the link if y'all want to come up. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better come. Some of y'all better come up here. But who I'm looking for is Montrez. You don't come now, Montrez. I ain't said you had to come on camera, but you should at least be able to come and stand behind the avatar and say hey to the people and add to the commentary. I'm just saying, you ain't right. You is not right. So we have a couple things here that we can talk about instead of politics, okay? When you're at the Thanksgiving dinner. Now, black people, we're not gonna eat Thanksgiving dinner till about 6 o'clock. Okay, it's gonna be about 6 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock by the time we eat. But you're gonna be drinking, you're gonna be eating. We're gonna have a lot going on. Hey, Aquarius goddess. We need to know, we need some stuff to talk about because talking politics is not one. Because somebody might say they voted for Trump, or somebody might try to justify why Trump is in office, and then we're gonna have to bust a bitch in the mouth. Somebody gonna try to bring up, well, he ain't gonna be that bad, and we're gonna have to bust a bitch in the mouth. Since Aquarius goddess asked the question, I don't need to know everything you cooking, but what is your dish? What is the one dish? If they tell you you only bring everybody bringing one dish, what's the one dish that your family expects you to make because you make it the best? What is the one dish that you make that your family expects you to bring because that's your thing, that's your dish, and you make it the best. Now your family might tell you, bitch, I need you to bring the plates and the forks. That's all. That's all we need from you, plates and forks. That's it. Just saying. You know what that means. Or they might say, girl, bring some sodas, bring the liquor, bring some chaser. So you make the good sweet potato pie and pecan pie, Aquarius goddess? China White say she coming strong, not strong, but strong with a jiffy cornbread. Cha. Yeah. Uh Mamiana, hey Mamiana says she got the red velvet whoopie pie. Okay. Symmetry says I will be eating way before that, and I will be home relaxing before 6. I drive separately from my family so that I can leave when I want, child. You know I'm driving by myself. Baby, when I get ready to get up and go, I'm gonna have my plate already made. The first thing I do before I make my plate that I'm gonna eat there, I make the plate I'm gonna eat that I'm gonna take home first. Okay? That's the first plate I'm gonna make. The plate that I'm taking home gets made first. I'm just saying. And then the plate that I'm gonna eat there, I make second. Jason said he's just there for support, but he got all of nature's goodness that you need. Crazy homebody girl says she got the liquor. That's all she got. Symmetry say she got the mac and cheese. How many cheeses you put in your mac and cheese? You know, it's like a scientific experiment for some of our aunts and moms and grandmas. Listen, a mac and cheese is like a scientific experiment. You got to know exactly the right, equilibrium of cheeses, the right, amount of, what they call the rouge that you put in there and all of that stuff. You got to know the right amount of seasoning to put in there. I heard somebody said they make macaroni and cheese and they don't have to put no seasoning in it. I said, bitch, you need not make no macaroni and cheese for my family because you come over there talking about you made macaroni and cheese and ain't put no seasoning in there. Bitch, we don't want none. Come over here with your Kraft cheese and macaroni mess. Girl, get away from us. Hey, Nicole M. China White said, I can cook. I just been told I'm too experimental with the recipes for this time of year. Child, I make a good sweet potato cheesecake myself. I get asked for that a lot. I have a red velvet cheesecake that I get asked for a lot as well. Mia MJ. Morgan says she just bring herself. Ch- Morgan, I'm bringing bottles of liquor. I told him I'm not making nothing. I'm just gonna bring a couple bottles, and that's gonna be it. Don't ask me to bring nothing else. I ain't got nothing else for you. I had nothing else for you. Oh, I know what I am gonna take. I'm gonna take this. Y'all know I really haven't drank this since I got it, cause it ain't all that good. So I'm gonna take this and let them drink that shit. I don't really care for it, honey. Child, it's been sitting right here on this shelf, cause I don't really like it like that. Child, child. It is, and I learned from the best. Mine is yours is legendary. Well, how many cheeses do you put in there, Tracy? How many types of cheese do you put in there? You see what more would you that's coming from Morgan. She says she want more of the cheese and rouge, not less noodles for her. We don't want nothing new on Thanksgiving. Don't we might let you experiment on dessert. Where you can experiment is dessert, but not on no main dishes. You don't experiment on the main dishes. Dessert, you might can get away with something cute. You know what I'm saying? You might say, "Girl, I tried this," and you might can get away with that with dessert, but not with no main, not with none of the main course, not none of the entrees. Child symmetry, I don't know, honey. I do not know. That's just like the white people who don't clean their greens before they cook them. They come right out the bag and just put them in the pot and just get to cooking. Like, girl, what are you doing, girl? I went over a black person house that did that one time, and I think I told the story before. I went there a little early before everybody got there, so because I was hanging out with one of my frat brothers, so I was hanging out, and I didn't want to tell him that his little girlfriend couldn't cook. That that helper said, "Yeah, I'm about to start on my greens." Now I knew something was wrong because I only got there like maybe an hour and a half before she told people to show up. Baby, it take hours to cook greens. So I knew something was wrong at that point. It was like an hour and a half before people were supposed to start coming. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm about to start on my greens." Then when this helper cut the bag and put the greens in the pot and didn't click, I didn't even say nothing. Baby, when we got to the table and they said, "Oh, you want some greens?" No, I don't eat greens. Knowing I'm lying. Girl, girl, I love me some good greens. I don't eat them greens. So for that day, I said, "Baby, I don't eat greens." No, that's not Godiva liquor. That's the new Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. The new Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre gin for gin and juice. Ain't all that. Um, hey Jay Parrish, you love to make sweet potato pies? I don't like too much nutmeg and cinnamon in my sweet potato pie. Now that's just me. Some people be doing too much with the nutmeg and cinnamon and all. They be doing too much sometimes for me. I don't need that much nutmeg. You can have a little taste of nutmeg, just a real small taste. I don't need all that in my sweet potato pies. Now that's just me. Auntie Kim say, she make everything good. Well, Auntie Kim, you need to invite us over to the house because I need a plate. She says she cooking mac and cheese, gumbo, potato salad, seafood dressing. Oh, that sound good. Greens, ham, turkey, wings. Sha. I know you done already started. I know. Listen, your Auntie Kim is over there watching me and cooking right now. I know you done already started, Auntie Kim. I'm glad we giving you some entertainment while while you cooking over there. Tracy says she didn't invite nobody to her damn house. Don't ask her. She say ain't nobody coming over there but her daddy. Child, which daddy? Tracy said I miss my grandma caramel cake this time of year, but I guess my auntie semi dry. Don't you be hating that? You know, now I will say this. I got a lot of my grandmother's recipes for things that she would bake. My aunts and them, they got stuff, the regular entrees that, she passed down to them. But I got most of the stuff that she used to bake. The only thing that I don't really cook that my grandmother was famous for is her peach cobbler. I don't really like peach cobbler, so I ain't never wanted to learn how to make peach cobbler. My aunt be making a peach cobbler, and she always swear, mine better than your grandma's. And we all every time we just let her go, but every time she walked the other way, we be looking at ourselves like, girl, it's not, it's never gonna be right, child. You know them great. Your grandma always had a pot for everything they made. It was a different pot for everything they made. For example, my grandmother, when I learned how to make greens the first time, right? I learned it from my grandma's older sister. So I went over there, and her name was Aunt Essie. So I said, Aunt Essie, how you make it? So she said, all right, baby. So she just started filling up the pot. And it was like markings, and not like things that it was like markings from years and years of cooking where she knew on the pot where the water, okay, this is how much water you put in the pot when you start with your ham hock. This is how much water you need. When the ham hock water get from this level to this level, then I was like, wait, how much is that? Baby, I'm telling you, when it get from this level to this that's how she cooked. Baby, she started pulling seasonings out. Now, I'm very particular about my seasoning. I only get this brand of this brand of that, this brand of that, and this brand of that. Okay, how much I need to put in? She just started shaking. All right, that's how much you need of that. And I'm trying to figure out, like, girl, for them, they just knew in their head, baby, this how much. How much is that? Baby, I don't know. Well, can we measure it? No, we don't have no measuring spoons over here. Measuring nothing. She popped me by 15 17 times while I was cooking because I kept asking too many questions. She said, baby, I didn't bring you over here to be asking me all these questions. I brought you over here to show you how to make it. Now you need to watch it. Shut up. Okay. Girl. Please, Tracy, please tell the people in the back, don't go on TikTok thinking you finna learn how to cook nothing. No, TikTok is not how you learn. No. Unclean greens might give you worms, okay? How about that? Girl. Child. They're gonna put the country ham and stiff turkey on your plate. Say well wishes. Ooh. K-Lock Queen, girl. We got to get into our list, y'all. We got to get into our list. I told Really B we was gonna be off here by 6:15. She said, "What time you gonna be done?" I said 6:15. Really B. I told her, "Ain't nobody clicked this link yet." I don't put the damn link here with Montrez. Somebody go over there and find Montrez and tell Montrez he better click this link. Ain't nobody else click the link. Y'all just gonna leave me up here by myself. See, I know how it is. I see how it is. Spicy Original say, I've made collard greens in the Instant Pot before. They came out good. Okay. Does everybody have their own recipes? I like mine simple too, China. Well, I can't be having all that stuff. They be putting too much nutmeg into. Girl, you put too much in there. Cha. She say she make her potato salad and her greens while she watch. I know that's right. Girl, can you imagine your family coming over there in an hour and a half and you talk about you just starting to make the greens? Girl, an hour and a half. Girl. A mess. A mess. Ciao. Morgan said, I'll make a honey bun cake for my kids to shut the fuck up before. Ow! Child. Montrez. Don't be over there in the chat. Bring your ass up here. Gabby said, my family said I ain't good for nothing but grating cheese and being the designated store runner, child. Your sister named Essie? Child, that's my aunt. My aunt, because my grandma name was Bessie, and my aunt, my oldest sister name was Bessie. It was 9 of them though. Child. I also like to make a crown peach cobbler. It's yummy. Oh, that sounds good. Even though I can make a mean deviled eggs and candy. Okay. Auntie Kim said my mama can't cook, so I had to take over for my grandma. Haven't eaten anything my mom cooked since. My mom got certain things she can cook. Certain things my mom can cook really well. But most things I cook better than her. Yeah, don't be now. Everything I learned how to bake had no measuring cups, no measuring spoon. It was always to taste. So they would take, dip their hand in the batter, say, taste that. No, they would taste it first. They're going, yeah, that's right. And then they'll go, taste that. That's how it's supposed to taste. I later, once I perfected it, had to go back and measure myself to see how much I had put in there. Cause they child. Child, Auntie Kim, no measurements at all. Child. They don't care. I normally bake tea cakes, but most tomorrow's crowd don't eat it. My mom and I will bring homemade prime ribs for tomorrow. Okay. Y'all see how Montrez is conveniently in this good chat. Y'all see him in this chat. He ain't clicked nobody's link yet. My grandmother uses the country ham juice in the greens for her good measure. And for good measure, she puts extra salt in everything else. Okay. Y'all see Montrez, right? He over here in the chat heavy. Ain't clicked not one link yet. Child. Let me get to what we supposed to be talking about. Child. Yeah. So here are some things that you could discuss for the Thanksgiving holiday. Now I got some things. If you hang around with the menses, if you're gonna be out there with the straight men's, out there with the fellas, because sometimes the girls, sometimes as the gays, you might not want to be out there, but how something depending on what family you around, they're gonna force you to go outside or go on the porch or go in the living room with the men. And so now you got to find some shit to discuss while you out there. So I got some topics for that. I got some stuff that you could discuss. Now, none of my topics, you should have kids in a row. All kids should be outside playing or in one of their cousins' room playing video games. All kids should, well, when I was little, all kids was outside playing. We weren't playing video games. We was outside playing. But I understand it's the 21st century, so these kids ain't going outside like we used to have to go outside. So they should be somewhere in the family room, in the den, somewhere playing their video games and not up in grown folks' mouth and conversation. Okay? So we got some stuff you could talk to, topics you could talk about with your mama, topics you could talk about with your grandmama. I mean, there are a lot of things going on right now that you could talk about that don't include politics or the election. Because we don't want to have to bust a bitch in the mouth. I know, Gabby, I forgot these kids don't play outside no more. Mm-mm. When I was little, we played so hard outside, they had to scream and holler for us to come inside. And you might have got busted in the mouth if you took too long. They had to round us up. Nowadays, these kids ain't going nowhere. Child. All right. Wendy Williams. Now, Wendy Williams is in the news right now. we could talk about Wendy Williams. That could be a time. Wendy Williams is something that you can talk about instead of talking about politics. She is somebody that you could talk about even with your mama, and depending on how old you is, maybe your grandma. Wendy Williams been around since the 80s. She go way back. So she crosses generations. Now your mama and your grandma might wish death on her. The younger generations, the millennials and the Gen Zers, they see it for Wendy Williams. Gen Xers, they be like, the bitch is vile and can't stand her. I'm just saying. So, I mean, you can mention Wendy Williams, and that will spark at least 2 hours of conversations. The old people gonna talk about all the fucked up shit she did. The younger people gonna talk about, oh, but she's the queen of media, and talk about her TV show. Y'all gonna start to feel bad for her. The older generation gonna be like, oh, fuck that bitch. Oh well, she getting her comment. She getting what she wanted. And there's that. I feel like this is a great thing to talk about outside of politics. Just as polarizing, and we ain't got to fight. I ain't got to bust you in the mouth because you feel differently. I could even talk to my mama, and if I'm a Gen Z or maybe even my grandma, about Wendy Williams, because all us have Wendy Williams stories. She go back decades. She ain't been shit for a long time. I'm just giving y'all options. Wheelchair Jimmy. We all can sit at the table. Now, some of the younger women, the millennial women, they still see it for BBL Drizzy. So they gonna get passionate about the conversation, talking about BBL Drizzy. Or the men are gonna laugh and skull drag him because he got drugged by Kendrick Lamar. Now you're gonna have to tell your grandma who he is. Your grandma gonna say, baby, who is that? Well, baby, what is it? But well, baby, why is he in the wheel? Your grandma, you're gonna have to tell your grandma all of that, okay? Your grandma ain't gonna. This is not for a conversation for your grandma. She not gonna know who he is. You could talk about how BBL Drizzy has turned into a full-fledged Karen. Okay, the man is a whole ass Karen, a whole ass Karen. Most of my friends wish he was actually in a wheelchair as well. Nobody likes him. Only millennial women like Drake. Only millennial women. Nobody really likes him. Other things that you can talk about. The food. Who cooked what? We was just talking about food. This is always up for discussion down to now this you gonna discuss. Hey, Uncle Jay, this the women, this is what the women gonna talk about. The men ain't gonna talk about the food. They're gonna eat the food whether or not they like it and keep it moving. Now the women gonna talk about it, and they gonna talk about whoever brought it. Whoever brought the raggedy ass uh uh turkey, they gonna be like, that bitch brought this dry ass turkey over here. I still can't stand that bitch since she tried to steal my boyfriend when we was in high school. I fucked that bitch up. Now that's why her turkey dry as fuck. I'm just saying. Montrez, you cannot be in the chat commenting if you're not gonna bring your motherfucking ass up here. Montrez, I asked you to bring your ass up here, and now you over here all up in the chats. I'm just saying. Somebody gonna talk about the dressing, and they're gonna say, who made this nasty ass dressing? This tastes like some white woman stuffing and not dressing. Because black people, we don't make stuffing. We make dressing. It's okay to fight about the food. We used to fighting about food at Thanksgiving. What we don't want to have to fight about is politics, Gabby. Okay? We can fight about the food all day. That happens every year. What we don't want to talk about and fight about is the election or politics. Now, I don't eat the sweet potato. I don't like sweet potato casserole. I really don't. That all turkey over there? Now, you see this right here? That turkey look dry as hell. Just dry as hell. I don't even like this mashed potatoes. I don't know where's the gravy. Or is that that look like some white gravy or something like that. Uh-uh. Even this roll, uh-uh. The mac and cheese may be okay. I have to check. I don't know. I don't see not one piece of meat in them greens. I need a little bit of meat in these grains now. This plate on the left. I don't know how much of this plate on the left I trust. I'm just saying this look like some white person made this. You could looking at this plate, it wouldn't have passed the test down to my house. We would have been listen. We would have had a 4-hour conversation about this good plate over here to the left. Now looking at these over to the right, now in my family that wouldn't have been enough food. We got a big family, so you gonna need if you're gonna have pans that size, you're gonna need about 3 or 4 pans of everything on that table. If you're gonna have pans that size, you're gonna need about 3 or 4 pans of everything on that table. My other thing is now this is just me. I don't believe in serving collard greens that ain't on the stove. Why? Because the one thing you know about collard greens, if you don't keep collard greens heated and you give somebody some bad greens that done got a little too cold, you know what, Cat? I need collard greens to come off the stove. That's just how I was raised. When you serve the greens, that's the one thing you go up there and they will give. Now my one of my aunts used to keep like a big hot plate and she used to plug it in right over there on the table and she would sit the pot on top of the hot plate to keep it warm. And so that's how she'll keep the greens warm. But we ain't believe in serving no cold green. You don't do no cold or no lukewarm greens around here. No. You trying to fuck somebody insides up. We also in my family, we don't do the chitlins thing. Don't come around here with that. No. We're not doing the chitlins. No. Not. We're not. Mm-mm. Now, what we're gonna have is we're gonna have appetizers throughout the day because please believe somebody gonna start dropping fish in some hot fish grease outside. One of my uncles gonna be dropping fish from about 11:30 in the morning all the way until it's time to eat. Because so you could go back there and get you some depends on what they got. They might have some sway, they probably gonna have some catfish, you know. If they feeling expensive, they may even have some snapper over there. But you're gonna see some fish getting dropped all day because that's like an appetizer to keep you going. You know what I'm saying? So you don't be starving all day. You know, you keep you a good somebody out there dropping fish and it's good grease out here. hmm And you know what else we've been doing? We don't do the regular bake. We don't even do the fried turkey no more. We do the grilled turkey. It's so good. You cut that bad boy up the breast, flank it out, put it on the charcoal grill for about 4 5 hours. Make sure the night before you get it, you marinate it in a good brine that whole night before. If you want to do some injections, you can. But that next day, you get that bad boy, cut that thing down the breast, flank that bad boy out, sit it on that grill for about a good 4 hours. It'll change your life. I'm telling you what I know. You'll never go back to fried turkey again. But I'm just saying, this plate, that plate on the left look real suspect. And I'm old school. You see how that ham is already cut? That look like you went to Honey Baked Ham and bought that. Baby, I need you to cook this ham in the oven, okay? And I need it to be cut while we're there. I don't want to see this ham already pre-cut like that. I'm old school. I need you to go. I need the ham to be cut. I'm just saying. Child. But this is something that we could talk about. Who made what and who can't cook what instead of politics. Hog mogs? No, I don't do hog mogs. No. I like a good ham hock. You could get a good pork butt and put in your a good pork butt. You know what I'm saying? And put that in to help season your greens. That's good too. You can talk about TD Jakes. Um TD Jakes is in the new. You could even talk with your grandma about TD Jakes. Now your grandma gonna love some church gossip. Oh, she's all ears. You could even probably slip the TD Jakes conversation in with the men outside. Now, if you slip it in with the men outside, be prepared because they're going full on homophobic, full on F-bomb and all. No, we don't do chitlins and not in my family. No, we're not doing that. That's what I'm saying. It's church gossip, Montrez, not pop culture. Montrez, you still over here in the chat and ain't clicked the button. I'm just saying. Child. Yo, Paw, he gonna make some pork skins. Child, I used to love the skin off a good pork roast. Ooh, child. You know that skin on the pork roast when it get nice and crispy. Oh, child. Child. But this is at least a 2-hour conversation. I'm just giving you ideas of stuff to talk about, except politics and the elections. Because, like I said, we'd hate to have to bust a bitch in the mouth. You're not a fan of honey baked ham? I'm not either, because sometimes it could be real dry. Like a honey baked ham, sometimes it could be real dry. And you want that homemade honey mustard that your grandma used to make. You know, your grandma didn't buy honey mustard glaze. They would make their own honey mustard glaze to put on top of that good ham. I'm just saying. Oh, your dad smoked the turkey last night? Yeah, that's about to be real good. But yes, TD Jakes, everybody can talk about that. I'm just saying, trying to give you stuff to talk about. Even if your mama or grandma say, well, what happened to him? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Child, let me show you this good video. You showed them the good video. Well, what? Well, what happened? Oh, that ain't all. He got a lawsuit. You could go into the little lawsuits. I'm just saying. Thomas Dexter is always a topic of conversation. Okay. You make a jerk chicken tomorrow. Okay. It better be good, Uncle Jay. It better be good. Cha. If you going outside with the menses, they gonna be watching football. So football is always a topic of conversation. Let me help some of y'all out. You could talk about the fact that Derrick Henry is helping the Baltimore Ravens do better, even though the Baltimore Ravens was on like a 3-4 game losing streak, but now they just beat the San Diego Chargers on Monday. You could talk about the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs keep squeaking by these wins. They even though They have the best record in the league. They barely getting by. You could mention the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are sorry as shit this year and garbage as hell. I'm just giving you things to help you add to the conversation. Because I know some of the girls, they're going to throw you outside or in the living room with your uncles and your cousins, your male cousins. They're going to be like going out there with the men. And so you're going to have to go out there and add to the conversation. Okay? I'm just saying. You could talk about the fact that I'm trying to, Uncle Jay, I got you. You could talk about, I'm trying to give you easy stuff to talk about. Everybody know the Dallas Cowboys, so you could say the Dallas Cowboys, they garbage as fuck this year. You could talk about the fact that the Eagles looking real good this year. You could talk about the fact that Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets are horrible. I'm just giving you stuff to talk about, so you look like you know what you're talking. You could even say, man, don't nobody want to see the Detroit Lions. That's your. If you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, be like, man, don't nobody want to see the Detroit Lions because they out here killing people. And that's gonna start a whole, man, they just got good. Or man, you right. You don't want to see. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a whole conversation. I'm telling you. I'm trying to help y'all out. So let me backtrack. You can say the Ravens looking good long as they let Derrick Henry run the ball. The Ravens look good as long as they let Derrick Henry run the ball. That's you can say that. That's your first thing you could say in the conversation. I'm trying to help y'all. You could talk about who else I said. The fact that the Kansas City Chiefs barely been winning these games, even though they got the best record in the league, they barely been squeaking by. The Dolphins still play, but they're not a factor. They're not a factor. You could talk about the Dallas Cowboys being garbage as fuck. You could talk about the fact that the Detroit Lions finally have a real good team and it's probably the best team in the NFC. You could talk about who else we need to talk about. I almost said the Redskins, God. The Washington Commanders. Now, if you want to act like you know what you talk about, you call them the Redskins because people don't call them the Commanders no more. But even though that's not politically correct anymore to call them the Redskins, we go by Commanders now. But if you call them the Redskins, they'll think you know what you talk about. Okay? And you can say, yeah, they looking real good. Their new quarterback, Jayden Daniels, look real good. I'm just trying to help y'all. Just trying to help y'all. That's it. That's all. Now, you don't need to go if you try to go in it too much deeper than that. You're gonna start to get into waters you may not be ready for. Now I can get out there and get in the waters because I'm here for all the smoke when we start talking NFL and stuff like that. But for my girls out there, you just add a little piece here or there. You add your one little comment, and then after that, you wait about another 5 or 10 minutes before you add a comment. Hopefully, nobody take your comment that one of the suggestions that I gave you. Okay? Talking about the Dallas Cowboys would certainly spark at least a 30-minute conversation. The Panthers, you could talk about the fact that the Panthers almost beat Kansas City last week and really should have beat Kansas City this past week. That's your topic for the Panthers. And that they look at much better than they did last year. They almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. There you go, Uncle Jay. I got you. The Dallas cheerleaders never had cute uniform. I've never liked their uniform. Them shits was always ugly. Anyway, I'm just giving y'all stuff. Speaking of Dallas, the young man you see in the middle with that blue hat, that would be CeeDee Lamb. He's a wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys if you should need him. Since we're talking about Dallas Cowboys. That's CeeDee Lamb in the middle. Buster, what it is right now. Anyway, I'm just trying to help y'all. Here's another topic of conversation. It's once we get to Thanksgiving, It's now Christmas season. So now all the Christmas music is up for discussion and debate. You could always have a Christmas edition of Who Sang It Best, because because millennials who don't have a musical ear is gonna say some dumb shit like Chris Brown has the best this Christmas version, which is sacrilege because it's Donny Hathaway and that's it. That's all. It's just Donny Hathaway. There's like 746 versions of this Christmas, but it's Donny Hathaway, and that's it. The original. That's it. I don't want to hear no Chris Brown. And I'm not saying Chris Brown can't sing, because Chris Brown can definitely sing, but no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, because y'all be saying dumb shit like Chris Brown has the best version of this Christmas, and then be trying to have real arguments about it. Girl, I don't even engage. I do not engage the hostiles. Don't. Chris Brown's this Chris. Girl, it's Donny Hathaway and nobody else. I mean, you could talk about what's some other Christmas song. Who has the best Christmas album? Which is the Jackson 5. That's probably one of the best Christmas albums of all time. I swear to God, if I go there tomorrow and we talk about this and a bitch say that Destiny Skanks got a good Christmas album, I'm gonna throw some shit at them. I promise you I am. I'm gonna throw some right in their face. We gonna fight. Child. Motown Christmas is a good Christmas album. Listen, I'm just glad nobody tried to redo the Temptation Silent Night, because ain't nobody else gonna be able to sing In My Mind. Nobody else. I don't want to hear anybody else sing In My Mind. That's it. When I hear my In My Mind, I know it's Christmas. I don't want to hear anybody else sing that shit. That's it. That's all. But some some stupid ass gonna try to remake the Temptations version of Silent Night, and we gonna have to fight. see what I'm saying? Here we go. But you could talk about. I'm just trying to give us options for things that we could talk about. You finally done? Your vacation starts now? I know that's right. What do the lonely do at Christmas? Yeah, that is a jam. What do the lonely do at Christmas? Oh, what do the lonely do at Christmas time? You know. You know. You. What else can we just? This is our number one topic. We don't want to talk about politics. We don't want to have to bust a bitch in the head. But what we can talk about, which can give us 2 to 3 hours worth of conversation, we can talk Diddy all day long. You could talk about Diddy in any room. You could talk about Diddy outside with the fellas. It's gonna go real homophobic, so prepare yourself. I'm just saying it's gonna go full on homophobic, F bombs and all. So just brace yourself and be prepared when you talk about it with the fellas. You could talk about it while you while you finishing up the food with the ladies. I'm just saying. You could talk about Diddy even with the Gen Zers, because they like Young Miami, who used to date Diddy. This is the gift that keeps on giving in terms of conversation. There's no shortage of angles to go about this. Now, like I said, all of our discussions that we came up with today, you should not be discussing around the children. Not the children. They should be outside or in the room playing video games somewhere. He ain't never getting out. Tracy W. He ain't getting out. Y'all don't talk about him, child. You listen, Gabby. You absolutely are gonna have some men that will absolutely side with Diddy. These are things that we could talk about. But guess what? We are talking about things that don't include politics. Hey, Yana Boo. I know you in there cooking, Yana. I know you is in there putting it down right now, Yana. I know you are in there putting it down. You say they down with Diddy and Ara. Ara, girl, child. Let's go back over all of our topics, okay? Hold on. Let's go back. All right, let's start this over. All right. Let's start back up with all of our topics. Yeah, he ain't never getting out. He ain't never getting out. All right. You said that this Diddy comment will have you disown your whole family. I'm trying to keep you from talking politics because I'm telling you somebody gonna get busted in the mouth. You just had to make a grocery store run, child. Yana is over there getting it in. Okay. Yana and Auntie Kim are over there getting it in. Okay. That's the house we need to be at. All right. Here are your options for topics and things to talk about instead of politics and the 2024 election. Wendy, trifling ass. Wheelchair Jimmy. Oh, I'm going to do the liquor run as soon as I get off of here. Who made what and whether it is nasty or not? Thomas Dexter. The NFL. For those girls that's coming in and they're going to put you outside with the menses, I gave y'all some things to add to the conversation so you act like you know what you're talking about. You could go into Who Sang It Best Christmas edition. And finally, there's always Diddy. That's the fallback plan. There's always Diddy. Cha. Listen, y'all. That's your list. I'm here to help. I am here to help. Don't say that I didn't give y'all stuff to help y'all out. What you don't want to do is have any discussions involving politics or the 2024 election because somebody might slip up and say the wrong thing, and now we got to bust a bitch in the mouth. And we don't want to have to bust a bitch in the mouth and disown a bitch. We don't want to have to do that. Now you don't have to pick all of those topics. That's why I had several. Pick a couple, 2 or 3 of them that you have in a pocket. If you feel like somebody finna try to drift down the politics road, just have one ready, locked and loaded, and you can go ahead and infuse that into the conversation and get it off of politics and the 2024 election. Because if a bitch say the wrong thing or that they voted for the wrong person or try to justify why somebody's in office and why we gonna be all right, then, excuse me, then we gonna have to bust that bitch in the mouth. So show didn't. We don't care. We don't care. He's not getting out. I'm just saying. Now, if you good enough, you can have this conversation while playing spades. And still talk shit at the spades table. You talk about you infuse the topic into the conversation and talk shit. You know, I'm the one that talks shit at the spades table. Be like, watch this whole walk. Watch that badass whole walk. Because you know a queen ain't really supposed to walk across your table. I'm just saying. You ain't supposed to let queens. Only time queens will walk is if you play an ace high. Now, if you play an ace high, a queen might slide in. But if you ain't playing ace high, a queen should not slide in nowhere. Sorry. Queens don't walk around here. We won't let hoes walk across this good street. Mm-mm. Fuck you think this is? The whole stroll? Hoes don't walk across the streets around here. This ain't the fucking whole stroll. I'll come out. Bitch, watch this whole walk. Ah! Slap that thing down. My hoes walk. My hoes walk. Just saying. Y'all gonna be talking about the new white woman at the oh child. Ooh, girl. Child, the side eye y'all supposed to give that woman descended from the Caucasus Mountain. Baby, she's supposed to feel real uncomfortable when she coming up. Listen, you know how normally we be real invited, like, baby, come on in. It's okay. Just come have a seat. Not this year, honey. Going on over there with your white people. When they come in this year, you just look at her and keep cooking and don't even say hi. You just look and keep it. We don't have no seat to offer you. We don't have no pleasantries. We don't have no hugs. We ain't telling you to come meet so and so. We don't want to know your name. We don't want to know where you work. We don't want to know about your family. Baby, go find you a corner to sit in and leave us the fuck alone. This is not the year for that. If you got a white girlfriend or a white wife, this is not the year to go to Thanksgiving dinner or bring her. Tell her to go with her family and you go with yours. I'm just telling you what I know. You may not even want to bring your Hispanic girlfriend or mom around. I mean, a girlfriend or wife around, because they might get their ass cussed the fuck out. I'm just saying, child. But before I get go, like I said earlier, I always want to think about there are many of us who, we have relatives that are no longer with us, and we in our heart, your heart hurts sometimes this year just thinking about the memories. And I always say, have a good drink. Do like some of our families that went on do. Have a good drink, have a good eat, have a good cuss, and remember all the good times. Even if you need to shed a tear, you shed a tear while you're laughing, thinking about the good times that you had with that person, because that's what they would want you to do. They would want you to remember all the good times. And so you have you a good drink, have you a good eat, you have a good laugh. You might have a tear that come down during that laugh, but you have all of that. So we're thankful and grateful to have had them in our lives, and we love them um, forever. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I got to go send y'all to Really Be. Let me make sure I got y'all set up to go over to Really Be. I got to go make a liquor run, and then I'm about to go hang with the family tonight and start drinking. I might take a bag over there, y'all. I can't be driving. I'm talking about I'm finna go and drive. And I can't be talking about I'm finna go over here and drive. And we gonna be drinking all night. I might take a bag and stay over for the night. I don't know, child. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I'll be back this weekend, maybe for a silly Saturday on Saturday. But that's all I got for right now. I might even pop up on Friday. I know I'm not gonna pop up tomorrow, but I might pop up on Friday. Anyway, until next time, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. I'm about to send y'all over to Really Be, and she will continue to help you get those Thanksgiving dishes done. Get all of those dishes that you're making for Thanksgiving. Get all of that finished. And listen to her. All right. I love y'all. I am thankful and grateful for y'all. And I will see y'all later. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all.